and I'm sitting with a brand new FBO, I always make sure I've got with me a First Steps to Manager. They will have had their First Steps to Manager as well. I always have with me my notebook, and in my notebook I have got every planning meeting that I do with new FBOs that I'm working with. I also will have my iPad, my diary. I'll have the success magazines, and I'll have a selection of literature. And we're up and running and we're ready to get planning.
Okay.
So, we are going to have a chat between us. Take no notice of we're not going to take any notice of you, it's just us right now. So Lindsay, I'm really excited about you being involved in Forever.
Thanks.
And I know that we've only met each other a short while ago, but I remember that we had some communication on the phone.
Yeah.
And you went along to we had a one-to-one, and you went along to the local BP. And introduced you to so many people there, and I think you had a great evening, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And in the last few days since that BP, you've been watching some of the training videos that we sent you.
Yeah.
And I know that right now is an exciting time for you to be starting your Forever journey.
It is, yeah.
It is. So just recap for me a bit about your background, what you do, and...
At the moment, I'm a senior occupational therapist working for a local council.
Yeah.
Previously, before that as well, I was a beauty therapist, and I'm a mum to a 12-year-old daughter named Lily.
12 years old?
12 years old, yes. So yeah, I've got a very busy lifestyle as well, so that's
yeah.
my background.
And so what was it that you saw, why Forever? You've got a busy background, you've got a family, why Forever?
I just love the products.
Okay.
And that was the thing that really got me started with Forever, because I started using the products myself.
Yeah.
And then after that, when I went to the BP, some of the people that were there were absolutely amazing. And to walk into the room and see people all doing the same thing and still have the positivity within the room was just a fantastic, yeah, really, really good. Really
I think the
enjoyed it.
BPs are a real big part of how we build our business, and I'm really glad you enjoyed your first one, because over the next few weeks and months,
yeah.
the BP is a real major part of the business building process. So imagine how your friends are going to feel when they come with you.
Yes, exactly. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to taking them as well.
Brilliant, great. Now, prior to this meeting, I asked you to do a little bit of homework for me. I asked you to give some thoughts of what it was that you wanted to achieve in Forever, based on your understanding at the moment. Mm-hmm. So I know that you're, really brand new and haven't got kind of the bigger picture just yet, but on your understanding of the moment, at the moment. And I also asked you to start thinking about some of the people that you wanted to share the business with.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do today, time is now 11:45. Now normally when I'm doing a planning meeting, I'll always look at the time and I'll always say, time is now 11:45, in the next hour and a half we'll have a chat, we'll be finished by about 1:30. Is that okay for you?
Yeah.
What I want to do is set the scene, so whereby we know how much time we've got and we know what we can do in that time. Because very often, depending on the amount of questions you get asked, on the kind of input that's going on, sometimes you only get halfway through doing a first planner, sometimes you finish the whole lot. But what we're going to focus on today is what it is that you really want to achieve in the business. When I first started working with Forever, I was asked what it was that I wanted to achieve. And I have to be honest with you, I'd had some goals and dreams, but I guess like so many people, I kind of almost put them on the shelf because I looked at my job, my career at the time, and I thought I'm never going to live the life I want based on the income I got from the job. Mm-hmm. So I kind of shelved some of my goals and dreams, and it wasn't until I got involved in Forever that I realised that this was a vehicle that could really help me achieve my goals. Mm-hmm. And what I want you to do today is begin to think bigger, to think outside the box, and have real confidence that this vehicle is going to allow you to achieve everything that's important.
Okay.
So when we first look at the process of developing our goals, we look in three areas. We look at our personal goals, and this is what you as a woman want. Now, I know you're a mummy,
yeah.
And I think sometimes it's really difficult when we're mums because we always put our families first. But one of the things I've learned over the years is that you have to be able to reward yourself as well as your family for the work that you put in. Mm-hmm. And very often it's our own personal goal that motivates us to achieve positions on the plan, to achieve the incentives.
Yeah.
So we're going to look at your own personal goals, short term and long term. Then we're going to look at what you want for the family and short term. And then we're going to have a look at some of the business goals that underpin your personal and family goals. Okay. And all of these areas work together to help you have real clarity on where you want to go in the business. Now, When I'm working with a brand new person, I have my notebook here. I'll always put their name in my notebook, the date of the planning meeting, and everything that goes into her planning manual will go into my notebook. So I've always got a record of what it is that we're working towards and the first part of the structure that we're putting into place. So let's have a look at what you want personally. Now, very often when you're working with a new FBO, they will bring this partly filled in. So you've got something to begin to work on. There is something filled in, but sometimes there's nothing. And sometimes when you sit down with a brand new FBO and there's nothing, you know, occasionally the sponsor looks at it and there's nothing there and can get a bit irritated. And I would advise you not to do that. You know, if somebody comes to you and they haven't yet started filling this in, it's maybe because they were like I was when I first started. I didn't know how. I didn't truly understand why. Someone had told me to start writing down my goals, but I couldn't seem to get it from here onto paper. So don't worry too much if they come with nothing. Don't let that be an irritant. All you need to do is start asking questions and start populating, filling in the brochure with things that are important to them. So, let's have a look at what we, is it L-I-N-D?
L-I-N-S-E-Y.
C-Y?
S-E-Y. Sorry, it's my accent.
Okay.
I hope you can all understand
Your
what I'm
accent,
saying.
my spelling, we're doing well together, aren't we? Okay, so what I would do here now is I will have started asking Lindsay what it is that really inspires her from a personal point of view. There is no right or wrong answer. It's really what's in your heart. It's what's in your vision. So, you know, short term, in the next, I would say, we're halfway through the year. Let's have a look at what you need by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And let's have a look at more of a short-term goal, maybe 2017. So if we look at the rest of this year as what you need,
Yeah.
and then up to 2017 to what, you know, what you really want to happen. So what is it that really motivates you? What inspires you? What gets you up early in the morning? Keeps
My
you up
daughter.
late at night? Your daughter?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. And yeah, I think what inspires me the most is just to make sure that I'm up as a mum as well, really, so she can see me achieving what I want to achieve. So that gets me up early every morning.
So that's a big motivator for you.
It is, yeah.
Building something for yourself where your daughter can be proud of what you've achieved.
Yeah.
So you really want to lead by example.
Yes.
So how would you quantify that as a short-term goal? How would you vocalise that? How would you write that down to make your daughter proud of you?
Oh my God, I find this really difficult actually.
It's okay. Now, this is classic. I know she's sitting in front of 5,000 people and that's a bit nerve-wracking. But you'll be amazed at how many new FBOs have got something in their heart, in their bodies, and they really want to bring it out, but they don't know how to vocalise it. And it's our job to gently coax them and chat with them and make them feel comfortable and calm that what they want is exciting and is motivating. I'm sitting next to Lindsay, she's shaking like a leaf, but I can feel that this is a passionate goal for her, something that you are inspired by.
Yeah.
So you want to build a business that your daughter can, you want your daughter to be proud of you.
I do, yeah. And
Okay.
actually I want to be proud of myself as well, because...
Okay. So you want to build a business where your daughter can be proud of you. And that's something really important.
Yeah.
So your understanding right now of what you've seen as far as Forever's concerned, where would you see yourself, what would you see yourself achieving where you could say, now I'm proud, I've achieved something, I am somebody?
I think my first step is I want to get to manager. That would be my first step within the business. Yeah.
Okay, so should we put that there? I think it might be a good idea to write that in there, that a short-term goal is that you want to become a manager. And I write as much as possible in my book. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So short term, you want to be a manager.
Yeah.
And that is a personal goal for you, because that being a manager links in with the fact that you want to build something that you and your daughter can be proud of. So if you put that there, a business to be proud of. Okay? Now, what else is important to you, personally?
think my confidence a little bit more as well, because people would say that I'm quite confident and I talk a lot, but that hides my confidence really. So I think within this business it will allow me to have that confidence.
So you're looking for personal development,
yes,
that's
most
important
definitely.
to you.
Yeah.
Okay, and that you've obviously recognised that as being a big part of what we do. Okay, so we put down personal development. And so will you. Well, it's important it goes into both of our manuals, and she hasn't yet started filling it in, because these are things that are going to become very, very important when we start making the plan for manager. Okay.
Yeah.
What other personal goals are important to you?
God, Jane, I really don't know what to say.
I don't know. Okay. Is there something you enjoy doing with your daughter?
Well, yeah, my daughter's a gymnast, so that
Okay.
that makes me really proud, because she works really hard at the moment and just competed in a national competition.
Wow.
And she's got through that. So
So you have to spend time travelling with her?
I
and
do, yeah.
Taking her to the events, and obviously the cost implications of that as well, I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's a real biggie. So actually this business will help me fund that as well, because I've got quite a good job full time, but obviously
So how will you balance the time of the job, actually, you know, being there for your daughter and forever? Is it that you eventually want forever to be the main income provider, so you've got the time freedom to be with your daughter while she's doing her gymnastics?
Yeah.
Is that something that's really important to you?
It is, yeah, because then I can build more of a family as well, because I haven't got the time. It doesn't make me think that I want any more children, because I don't want anybody else to have my children.
So time is really important to you.
It is, yeah.
So I think we should write that down, shouldn't we? So time. And what I do here now is I'm looking at what time means to Lindsay, because time means different things to different people. So Lindsay, if you had more time, and time was important to you, let's say that you didn't have to go into a job and you had more time, what would your life look like? What would you be doing?
Spend more time with friends and family.
So friends and family, that's important.
Do you want me to write this down as well?
Yeah. Now, this is really actually a very valid point, because if I'm with a brand new FBO and we're actually doing a planning, and she says, shall I write this down? The answer is yes, because this is the starting point to taking a written goal and turning it into a visual dream board, a visual mission statement, something you're going to look at every day that will keep you completely focused.
Yeah.
Okay? Is there anything else that really inspires you right now personally?
I'd probably say, without thinking that I'm trying to suck up to you, but you was the other person that you was the other person as well that inspired me as a businesswoman to be out there, and actually as a woman to think that you've done so well in this business. Looking at your background and the way that you present yourself was something that was quite inspirational to me.
So you want to be a role model, So you want to be a role model for other women?
I do, yeah.
That's a fantastic goal. So when you've got the time on your hands, in this area now where we're freeing up time, you do have choices, you want to be a role model to other women. Yeah?
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you would do with your time when it's yours and you haven't got to answer to anybody else?
I think I'd travel a little bit more as well.
Okay. Travel. Okay, so what we've got is kind of a short term, the next 6 to 18 months of things that inspire Lindsay. And I mean, obviously I would be doing a bit more on this, but we're a bit limited on time. But we've now got a bit of a vision as to what she's about from a personal point of view. She's a mum. She wants to build a business that her daughter can be proud of her and she can be proud of. She wants to be out of the day job so she can have more time with her friends and her family, to devote to her daughter with her gymnasts, to be a role model and to travel more. So we've begun to connect with things that are really, really important. Then what we do is we look at the more long-term goal, but rather than focus on that just now, because I don't see a thing with how much time we've got left on, but rather than focus on that just now, we're just going over to family goals.
Yeah.
So right now, in the short term, in the next 6 to 18 months, what do you want for your family? What are you prepared to work hard for your family?
To pay a mortgage.
To pay the mortgage, okay. So now we've got